On this channel, we love old BMWs, which is why 1 year ago I bought a ropey E30 325i Touring, followed closely by an E32 735i manual that was part of a job lot from a lovely Polish bloke called Martin. And during the episode, Martin literally held out my hand and challenged us to drive to his home country. So the gauntlet was set. At some point in the not too distant future, we drive over 1,000 miles east. And after hearing about a massive Polish car show called Ultrace, we put the date in our diaries and prepared for adventure. Hello, welcome back to the channel. You join me, Rory Mackay, and then the token American.
Hello.
It's Freddie Tavares.
And Taylor.
And
Taylor's right here. Look at him.
Why is Taylor not here?
Because he decided to leave his engine modifications even later than me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then last night he decided to drive down to Brighton.
Yep.
Which is very famous for one thing. It's the home of hack engineering, which is where he needed to be to get a
the
camshaft
parts.
sensor.
Yeah.
So yeah, Taylor and...
I don't get that joke. I'm not from here.
Okay. Hey man, we'll go visit. You'll have to take this off though.
Will I like it?
Yeah, oh, will you like it? Yes,
Wonderful.
you will. Yes, you will.
Yes.
So Bruno and Taylor are currently working on Taylor's car now. Taylor is going to be leaving tonight, probably around midnight, and then catch us up in France, which leaves the three of us here in the new unit, dancing away with our respective BMWs. Rory, this is running.
Yes.
How is it running? How did it get here?
So Josh has spent a whole week, literally a whole week working, I would say from 9 o'clock till about 10 o'clock at night.
He's done 1 hour.
Yeah, he's done one.
Yeah.
It has been a lot of work, but we now have a M52 TU in here, running and driving. I drove it from Tom's, so it's done about 15 miles. So this is going to be the official road test.
Okay.
Yeah, the shakedown.
Talk to us about your motor vehicle, Freddie, that you've only known for about 5 minutes.
Okay. So wonderful news. I just got a 1991.
Do you mean got, like bought? Did you buy it?
This is a 92?
Yeah, 91, 92, one of those.
91, 92 BMW 735i has a 6-cylinder that's running, and also it has a manual transmission, which I am told is very rare in these cars because this is a 7 Series. This is the big one, the big boy, and this was like the grandfather of the transporter car.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've got a big boy for a big boy.
Well, I'm basically Jason Statham's grandfather in this, right?
Why not? But you've got black leather, you've got no air conditioning, which is perfect because you're from Florida and you like the heat.
So right now it's literally 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, like
about 30.
1,000 Celsius centigrade?
About that, yeah.
So there is one thing that all of our cars do have in common, which is the no AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going into Poland, where there's actually a heat wave in Europe at the moment, which is expected to hit about 35 Celsius.
Okay.
But that's not the only thing about Poland that's hot. Because when you went to Poland, where did you go?
I can't talk about that, so let's move on from that.
Speaking of a good time, I will not be having a good time in Roger, my E30 Touring. He looks fantastic. Yeah, Roger. Roger.
Wow.
Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
Have you swapped the engine out? Because obviously last time we saw this, it was pissing oil everywhere. It's smoking, like massive amounts of blue smoke coming out of it.
Look, man, I've been busy, all right? I'm going to become a father and I've been going to parenting classes, so I don't have time for getting my hands dirty.
They have classes for that kind of stuff?
You do, yeah.
What do you teach them?
I don't know. It's just like how it comes out. Apparently you breathe the baby out or something.
Yeah, don't kill it.
Roger looks fantastic with thanks to my very good friends at Yorkshire Car Restoration. He has been fully restored.
Yes.
However, underneath here, he has not.
So the one job that you had to do, you haven't done?
Yes. So this engine, as it sits, is on about 280,000 miles.
That's good.
It was used on track, it was abused, and I've done nothing to it. We have serviced it, we've put some Ferry bits on it as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that with a bit of good luck, I will get to Dover. So we're going to head out. Shall we follow you?
Does this car start?
It can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it start?
If you buy it, it will start.
Okay.
All right. Shall we?
You parked too close to me.
I have, haven't I?
You have.
All right.
Oh, this is awkward.
Sorry. Is it warm?
No, it's good. It's good. It's all right. It's, oh boy.
Right, here we go. All right, guys, we are now officially on our way, not only to Dover, but to Poland. How are your cars doing? This is the first time that I'm driving Roger, and the first time I've actually put my foot flat to the floor, and he sounds pretty good. Yeah!
This thing is actually really nice. Like, the power delivery is, well, it's not blistering, but it's there. And considering how old this car is, I can't ask for anything better. I think this is actually a pretty good car.
Rory, your M52 swapped E28, that was not running yesterday. How are you getting on?
Well, it's running. It seems to actually be doing all right. I've got gears, the prop shaft seems to be not vibrating, which Tom Lenthal definitely told me it would. The only problem I do have, as I noticed as we sat in traffic there, the fan on the front is not doing much cooling.
I hear Poland is really cold this time of year, so you should be fine.
But hey, look, we've got our 80s and 90s BMWs. We're going to do, or attempt to do, 1,000 miles. I, for one, are really, really excited. And Freddie, I love looking at the front of that 7 Series. It is iconic. I love it.
It is the quintessential BMW shape, isn't it?
So I think we've got about 100 miles to go to Dover, and I'm calling it now. If we all make it to Dover, then we will not break down on the way to Poland. It's a guaranteed.
Considering the Jag that I was in last time broke down 4 times before we were at this point, I think I'm in good shape.
All right then, let's crack on. Progress to the ferry was going well, but a few minutes later, Rory had a problem.
Pedal got stuck. Yeah, it still works, it just gets stuck. Oh, well, that's not good. Okay, so throttle pedal sticks down if I put it down all the way. Does that count as a breakdown?
Breakdown or not, the E28 was now in good shape. Until, that is, yet another issue made itself apparent very quickly.
So that at this speed, even with my fan on, I'm gonna overheat. It's creeping up. I need more airflow.
But you can't have more airflow, Rory. We're in England, and we're on a motorway in England, which means there's traffic.
Yeah, I'm hovering just below the red now.
One thing you can do, you can actually turn your heater on.
Yeah, I think, don't they say, Freddie, turn the heater on and windows up as well for more efficiency of cooling?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called a hot box.
I think that fan that I had put on last minute is not big enough.
You don't say, Rory. Right, so you've got cooling issues. I've got intermittent cutting out. Freddie, how about you? Is everything all right in there?
Actually, now that you mention it, I do notice that the radio does not work. So yeah, I'm suffering in here just as much as you guys are.
With poor old Freddie really suffering in his car. A reminder from me that if you guys don't want to struggle when buying a used car, make sure you run a car vertical report on it first to ensure it's not been crashed, stolen or clocked. Which is exactly what I did when buying Roger my E30 325i Touring. I saw that I had green ticks for finance and damage that told me that this car was not crashed, but because there's a amber warning for odometer, I scrolled down a little bit and then saw that in 2008, this car had been quite severely clocked, which means I got a bit of money off. And to give you guys another example of why it's so important to run a car vertical check out this BMW M5. We've got green ticks for odometer and finance, but an amber warning for damage. So we want to scroll down a little bit and we've got crash damage pictures. The front end seems to have been clouted, not too bad. The rear end hasn't suffered all that much. And inside, it doesn't look like the airbags have gone off. And if we scroll down a little bit, we can see that this car was not damaged once, but twice. So you know that if you were to find this car as a clean title car, wherever you like to buy your vehicles, you know because of Car Vertical that that's a big fat lie. So again, and yes, I know I say this pretty much every single week, do not get stung when buying a used car, van or motorbike. Run a Car Vertical report on it first. What's more, you will get a juicy 20% off using the code AUTOALEX. Right then, back to the road trip.
Guys, there's a cruise ship over there. You want to go on a cruise?
We're not going on a cruise, Freddie. We're going to Calais. and then we're going to drive to Poland.
I want to go on a cruise though.
I know you do love your cruises. Also, can I just say, 3 old shit BMWs have made it all the way to Dover. There have been some scary moments, there have been some breakdowns, but this goes to prove that 3 old BMWs are going to make it all the way to Poland.
That's very optimistic of you.
Come on, Freddie, how's the 7 Series been? Be honest.
The 7 Series desperately needs some air conditioning. She's got good gas mileage, the ride quality is fantastic, and it's not overheating, and it hasn't broken down, not even once, knock on fake wood.
Fantastic. As for me in the E30, similar story. I've got some hesitations. Occasionally it likes to cut the power, but you know, it's neither here nor there. It's just quirky, it's charming, just like me, which is not the same that can be said for Rory, your car, because how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine actually, yeah. It hasn't tried to kill me at all. It's not overheating, it's fine. The question is, guys, do we think Taylor is going to make it tonight?
Make it to his bed for sleep? Yes. Make it to Calais? Probably not.
A few miles of traffic later, we finally made it to the port of Dover, where we had an update from Taylor. All right, what's going on? It's your boy, me.
It's your boy, me?
It's your boy, me. And we're in Dover. We're about to get onto an Irish ferry, which is quite handy because had we gone for P&O or DFDS, they would have charged us a lot of money because your brother, who was in charge of doing all the organisation, decided that we were going from Calais to Dover, when in fact we're going from Dover to Calais.
But it's all fine. They sorted it out and we're on our way. Didn't cost us anything extra. So thank you, Irish Ferries.
Thank you, Irish Ferries. Maybe we could do a bit of Irish dancing when we're on the ferry.
Please don't do, I'm pretty sure that's very they're not going to like that.
We do have a Taylor update though.
We do have a Taylor update. Go for it.
Yeah.
So apparently the guy who was meant to be coming to help Taylor redo part of his ECU wiring or whatever hasn't turned up.
He was supposed to be there at 2 o'clock. It's now 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So now Taylor's gone into all doom and gloom. He's not going to make it. He's just given up, basically.
Yeah.
So, cut to Alex making a phone. Wait, no, we can't because you were driving.
No.
There's a car behind it.
I did hands-free.
Did you?
I did. Hey Siri, phone Tom Lenthal.
Okay.
So we can do that. Cut to that shot.
If you somehow manage to convince Tom to come all the way to Poland with us, I'll give you £100.
Make it 250 quid and you've got yourself a deal.
If he doesn't come, do you owe me 250 quid? Are we going to go with that?
Make it £100 and you've got yourself a deal.
All right, £100 each way?
Hey Siri, call Tom Lenthal.
Hello.
Hello Thomas, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very well. Tom, I have a question to ask you. Do you want to come on holiday?
Hey?
Do you want to come to Poland?
Do I want to go to Poland?
In Emma?
A little bit. Yes, I kind of figured that's where you were going with this.
Taylor might not be making it in the 6 Series, so I said, why don't we get Tom to come in Emma?
I definitely need to run that one by Meg.
All right. Just imagine, if you can make it all the way to Poland and Emma, and we can film it as well, just think of the money that would be raised as well. It'd be good for charity.
All right, I'll let you know, all right?
All right, Tom, I'll see you tonight.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That's right, I spoke to Tom Lenthal. I'm trying to convince him to come out to Poland with Taylor in Emma.
What's
his
Emma?
XJC, his red XJC. Which is that beautiful charity car.
Why is it always a Jaguar with you?
Yeah, but it's the one that was parked next to
I thought this was a cheap BMW thing. You're telling me I could have brought another car?
Yeah, but we can just do with a +1. And plus, Tom is very good at fixing things. And also, Big Pete is having a few issues.
Yep.
So if Tom's with us in Poland, he can fix Big Pete.
Guys, last time Tom fixed my car, it blew up.
So there you go. There's an update. Next time you see us, we will be on an Irish ferry doing the dance.
You need to stop, please.
Right guys, we have now arrived in Calais, beautiful Calais, and Rory, I've got a suspicion that you've got a bit of a Taylor and Tom update. Hit us with it.
So yeah, I've spoke to both of them. It's not really looking great. So we've got Taylor has apparently just had a small to medium-sized engine fire, is the way that he described it. The car is still not running, and even if they can get it running now, it's still another 3 hours of tuning. So yeah, that's not looking great. And then Tom has, unfortunately, Emma is also now misfiring, so he is trying to get that working.
Oh no! Oh, that's no good. Shit! On the flip side though, we have made it to France in our ropey old BMWs, which means that nothing will go wrong. We are making it to Poland with no more breakdowns.
I don't know if I'm going to make it to Poland with all my brain cells intact. You are creating quite a bit of smoke, Alex.
With Freddie fighting nausea, we continued driving towards Belgium. And in the beautiful summer sunsets, I had a moment to reflect on my time with Roger. So I've probably been driving Roger, my E30 Touring, for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours today. We're in France. The weather is beautiful. The conditions are nice and cool. Before it was just way too hot. I was sweating. I was getting sunburn. But everything is perfect. This, for me, is what driving is all about, with my mates in shit old BMWs, a project car, a car that was destined for the scrapyard, and the 7 Series that Freddie's driving that we know nothing about. I am warming to this car more and more, and it is definitely cementing its place as a forever car in my collection. Right, so after pulling into the petrol station, after definitely not breaking down.
No, that was a breakdown.
No, the car drove itself.
Your car was not running while it was on the road. Alex is behind me, and we were just about to get off at a service.
Roger was just playing with me, and we started back up again. No issues here, thank you very much.
No, he broke down. Alex fully broke down then. He literally cut all power. That was a full breakdown.
Fair, okay. We stopped in for petrol because you needed petrol. How did that go?
Well, so how much did you fill up in the...
Well, I was actually quite disappointed with 37.27 euros, which equates to about 18.5 litres of petrol, which I'm reliably informed by Luke equates to, what was it,
37.5.
37.5 mpg, which is really good.
Yeah.
And how about you, Rory?
So,
in the E28, just engine swapped with a fresh engine.
With a more modern engine as well. More modern, efficient,
and don't forget,
refined.
mine's smoking a lot. I've got loads of weight in there as well. Oh, you have a lot of weight.
Yeah, mine is the 5 Series, so a bigger car.
Right, okay.
£62.82.
And how many liters is that?
That is 31.27 litres.
So that's a lot worse.
That's nearly double.
Yes.
Yeah, so Luke has informed me that I'm getting 21 miles per gallon.
I didn't even fill up. You know why? Because my car, it barely moved. I have more than 3/4 of a tank, which is better than, well...
Oh no, that's because the fuel gauge is broken.
The fuel gauge is not broken. It's not broken, okay? There are many things on the car is broken. The fuel gauge is not one of them.
Also, Alex, there's my fuel bill. I'll probably be handing a lot more of them over to you.
Brilliant.
Thanks, mate. Okay. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's... Freddie, do you want to...
Oh, no, I'm good. Okay. I'm good. Don't you have an ad read or something?
Sponsored by Freddie. You're my sponsor.
There we go.
It's not working. Let's hit the road.
With the E28 clearly on a mission to financially ruin me, we continued on into the night. And a few hours later, we arrived at our hotel in Belgium, where Rory's BMW decided it didn't like having coolant inside it anymore. However, back in the UK, things were worse for Taylor as he was still having issues. And as for Tom, we hadn't heard from him since the phone call. So you join us the following morning after a short but much needed sleep.
All right, so how did we sleep? Not well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Rory?
Yeah, all right.
I slept very, very well. And it's a beautiful sunny day.
It really is.
We don't know what the latest is with Taylor.
Oh, no.
There is a man sitting in a chair right here.
Right next to another red car. Is that Mr. Tom Lenthal?
Are you sunbathing?
All right, fella.
All right, boys.
What time do you call this?
I just happened to be passing about 5 o'clock this morning, so I thought I'd sit out here and wait for you.
On the way to the unit, were you?
On the way to the unit, yeah, I got lost, yeah.
As you can see, Tom Lenthal has driven through the night, and here is Emma.
Emma's here as well, yeah.
Before we get into our trip, tell us about Emma and why you're here with Emma.
Okay, so Emma is our charity car, which we are going to auction at the end of the year, and all the profits are going to go to charity to Johan and I in honour of my friend Emma that we sadly lost last year. So it's a really, really good friend of mine, and I wanted to do something about it, so we decided we were going to raise some money and do some work with the family. That's really what it's all about, but I thought, take it to Poland, go to the car show with the boys.
With the boys!
With the boys,
Yeah,
you
with
know,
the boys.
gives it a good run out, shake down, test it. Why not? I'd be mad not to, wouldn't
And
I?
you do love an adventure.
Oh, yes,
and
definitely.
when we had our phone call, we got to the port, we had a little chat.
Mm-hmm.
We got off the phone from you, and then Freddie announced something. Would you like to reveal to Tom what you said?
I may have been a little bit inebriated when I said this, and I
good.
don't really remember, but I think it was something like I was going to donate £1,000 to
If Tom comes.
if Tom came, and then yeah.
Oh, you're a superstar. Thank you very much.
but-
oh God, now here come the conditions.
There's no conditions because I did that.
Yeah.
And then Alex got jealous of my subscriber
I got
count.
Oh, well, you getting bidding envy here.
I then said I would give £10. I am matching £1,000.
Oh, really?
Rory is also putting £100 in. Luke is putting £100 in, and TaylorMade Cars is putting £300 in, which means Tom, because you're here, we're going to give £2,500 to charity.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we're only joking, but yeah, when we can't, we'll be like, no, we can't afford it.
This is not making it into the video. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, you are.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to help out as well,
Yes.
please do. Please contribute to the charity. Where can people find the
Yeah,
charity?
if you go to the Instagram page, which is Emma's Adventures 71, there is a link to a Just Giving page in the bio.
And there'll also be a link in the description below as well.
Thank you, Rory.
Because of your effort to come here, £2,500 goes straight in the pot, and we're going to go on an adventure. All right, speaking of, it's about 1,000 degrees out, and we've got 8 or 9 hours to drive to Munich.
Yep, and Tom also has no aircon like us.
No, and no aircon, yeah.
One last thing, because obviously we've got a lot of these cars and the trip's getting quite expensive now, please help us out. These shirts that have been lovely, handcrafted by our designer Dan and Chris, our merch man, are for sale on autoalexshop.com.
Yeah.
No, on autoalexcarsshop.com.
Let's jump in the cars and then head on the motorway. Sound good?
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Wow.
Let's go. Welcome to the road trip to Poland, Tom. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good and warm.
It is very, very warm, and Emma certainly looks ready for action. Do you think she'll be all good to go all the way to Poland?
Yeah, I think Emma's got a better fan than Rory's thing, so I think we'll be all right.
Tell you what, as good as everyone's BMW looks, that Jag looks fantastic on the road.
Yeah, gotta hand it to Tom. The Jaguar is definitely the best looking of the 4 cars here now.
Tom Lenthal has built it, which means it's going to blow up on a racetrack at some point.
I have probably spent a slightly larger budget than the rest of you lot.
You didn't tell Tom that we're going to the Nürburgring, right?
As we continued our long drive towards Munich, Rory had an update on Taylor's situation.
It's not good. It's still not running. They couldn't get it to run last night. And about 2 o'clock, they decided to call it, I think. Bruno still has one last thing he wants to do, but yeah, it's not looking good.
Well, I think we'll all agree that the car that replaces the 6 Series
is even more sweet.
With Taylor's hopes of joining us looking even more unlikely, our convoy continued south towards Munich. But a little while later, it was now the E32's turn to do what old BMWs love to do best: overheat.
Once it cools down, we put a little bit more coolant in, she'll be good to go. Deborah will be reliable, we'll make it to Poland and back.
There's not one chance that that's true.
If this car makes it there and back, you buy the car. Come on, you're so confident. You are so confident.
I really don't want this.
Come here, man.
You have no idea how much I don't want this.
It is 5 minutes later, and the engine is still about 1,000 degrees. Think you know what the issue is now, though, Joshi?
Potentially the thermostat's stuck. Maybe. Well, we need to let it cool down there because it's like 1,000,000 degrees, as you said.
Yeah.
But there's no coolant in it, so yeah. And it doesn't look like it's fallen out of the back because the back's quite dry. Normally, if it's got leaky coolant, the whole back of the car would be covered.
So our plan now...
Boiled it.
Yeah. Our plan now is we need to keep going at some point, so maybe in about 20 minutes or so once it's cooled down, take the thermostat out and then just have it constantly running. And at least we know that way that the engine's going to be cool. And
Did you check if it had coolant in it before we left?
Yes.
yeah, it's always had coolant.
I checked oil and coolant before we left.
Any more funny questions, Freddie?
Yeah, can you fix the rust? Okay, can you fix the rust on the car?
I will fix the rust when you fix your bloody jacuzzi.
How
about that?
I will. I will.
We need to get some shade because it's about 32 degrees.
It's a bit warm, isn't it?
We'll see you in a sec.
After waiting for the car to cool down, we topped the expansion tank back up, crossed our fingers, and got back on the road.
Right, everyone, how are we feeling? I think the mercury is now hit 29 or 30 degrees. And I don't know about you, but not only I'm struggling, but I think all of our cars are as well.
Yeah, we're definitely running a bit hotter, Alex.
Is that why we've dropped it down to 65 miles an hour?
Yeah, I'm scared and afraid. I'm on the end of normal on my gauge.
As for me in the E30, unbelievably, the engine is running cold. I don't have any issues. This is proving to be quite a surprisingly reliable car, which cannot be said for the E32. Freddie, how is Deborah doing? Okay, good chat. Really, really good to catch up with you. I hope you're doing well.
He's so fixated on his temperature gauge, he can't even talk, Alex.
To be fair, the E32 is still running, and when we checked in with Freddie about 5 minutes ago, the temperature gauge was perfect. So fingers crossed, touch wood, that car doesn't overheat again.
With Freddie's car seemingly now fully fixed, there was finally a welcome surprise in store for us: cooling rain.
What's great is that it's no longer scorching, and this car now has cooled down quite a bit, quite substantially. And yeah, she's good. The only thing I'm really worried about now is the tires.
Tom and Rory, how are you getting on in the rain? Are you loving it?
Yeah, well, Josh has just put my ECU in a plastic bag because it's just exposed to the elements, so hopefully that goes all right. And then I'm just keeping my distance well away from Tom's very expensive Jaguar in front of me because my brakes aren't very good and I've got semi-slicks on. Tom Lenthal, how is the Jaguar? Oh wow, that's amazing. That's really cool, Tom. I'm really happy to hear about your Jaguar.
With Tom clearly in a world of his own, we continued on. And a short while later, while stopping for fuel, there was an interesting new development with Rory's car that had, until now, not been apparent.
Why is it so quiet? This has been great. I enjoyed turning the lights on for the rain and now...
What's the matter, Rory?
Well, it would appear that someone has wired up a horn inside here. So if we now take care to listen to...
Rory's ears still ringing, we grabbed some fuel, again, and continued on towards our destination for the night, Munich. As the miles counted down, we were almost halfway to Poland, which made Freddie and I reflect on the journey so far.
So it's about halfway in the trip to Poland, all across Europe, and this isn't my car, so I didn't buy it, I don't have an attachment to it, but I'm very, very quickly forming a bond with this thing. I mean, we just had it overheat, but then we just added water and it's fine. Yeah, the AC doesn't work, but you know, when it cools down, you actually don't need it. This has been a really amazing trip, and I hope after what we saw today that this thing makes it without too much issue. But this is still my pick for doing this trip out of all three of us. Actually, out of all four of us, because that Jag, even though it looks really good, I don't think it's very reliable.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've done about 600 or 700 miles already in these cars. We've had a few minor breakdowns. The E32 overheated, the E30 cut out a couple of times, but we are somewhere in Germany on some beautiful country roads. We've got the mountains around us, and Roger is here. The temperature needle has not moved a millimeter, and it's a car that I trust to go to Poland and back.
Darkness fell, and a few hours later we arrived at our hotel, where after a long, tiring day, we got some much-needed sleep.
Welcome everybody to the Summer Collection Auto Alex t-shirts limited edition. We have got blue, grey, white, off-white, white and green. Limited edition, get them now while they're limited edition. So it is the morning after the night before. We are in the Holiday Inn Express Hotel. All of our cars looking very, very, very glorious. I say all of our cars, but we are still missing one. What's the latest on that?
So I believe they managed to get the engine running.
Yep.
And they've done a few more things to it. And last we heard, he was going to try and drive through the night.
Yeah.
To see if he could make it here.
That's a lot of hours.
That is.
I did speak to him. He sounded quite positive at one point.
Oh, really? Taylor sounding positive?
It did. It was about 12:30 last night. He's going, Tom, don't you worry, I will be there.
But can I just remind you, this is a completely untested thing. Like, it's literally not driven at all.
Yeah, but this is like not the first time he's done that.
No, true.
No,
true,
exactly,
true.
yeah. I mean, the script was fantastic that time as well. It was. So it is currently 11:30. By our reckoning, if Taylor arrives and Bruno, they are going to be here in about an hour, which means that they will just, and I mean just about, make our appointment at the BMW Museum, which is where we're going to be heading to soon. That is like Taylor's dream place. That's his paradise. But Taylor and Bruno, we really, really hope that you are very close. Nothing is scripted, I promise. As per script, right?
No, you went slightly off. It was meant to be everything is scripted.
Everything is scripted. It's not. We have ADHD. So yeah, join us next time.
Yes.
Where we're going to find out if he actually makes it, because currently we also do not know. Freddie, see us out with a song.
Everything is scripted!
Everything is good! See you next week!
Bye!
Join us next week where our epic journey to Poland continues via the incredible BMW Museum, amazing mountain roads, and the car show to end all car shows. We'll also find out if, by some small miracle, Taylor makes it.